their second chance in the European Cup against Stuttgart, the team they say has more foreign reserves than the Bank of England. Leeds won 2-1 in Barcelona in front of a tiny crowd. Their hero is Carl Schutt. He scored the winner less than
And welcome back to the Talking Shut MMA podcast. That's for you, that, Gary.
Hybrid.
Right, welcome back to the All-Stars MMA. Jessup ain't got a clue. We ain't got headphones on it, corner. I just played the Talking Shut intro for our podcast in honour of our guest. So yeah, welcome back to the All-Stars MMA podcast. Professional as always. I'm sat next to my co-host, Mr. Donny Mitchell.
Hello.
You all right, mate?
I'm sound, mate, yeah. Buzzing.
You're looking lean. You're looking good, you know.
I'm feeling
looking
lean,
fighting fit.
I don't know about fighting fit. I'm fucking fit to drop, I think.
How's coronavirus going?
I've fully got rid of it. So if you want any advice or you want a vial of my blood, then get in touch.
Yeah, passed it over on this way, didn't I?
Have you got coronavirus?
I want healthy end of it now, though. Beginning of the week, I was dying.
True story. Leanne's been off all week. So she was off last week because she had a holiday. And now we're in Iceland. She's come back this week and she's got flu or coronavirus. So I can only blame you for that one.
No, it's not me.
We're down on manpower at the studio.
How's he passed it on to her?
Anyway, we'll move on.
Trying to insinuate here. Fucking hell.
And today's guest, we've got Gary Devonport from the Talking Shut podcast, who is also a massive MMA and fighting fan.
Yeah.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, it's good to be sat other side of the table and not talking about football.
I can't believe you've not been on the podcast yet. To say you've been doing your podcast out of this studio for over a year now, I can't believe I've not had him on. It's bad, that, isn't it? I've even been on their podcast.
It's your fault.
He knows so much about like fighting, probably knows more than me about fighting and MMA. And I've been sat on a massive Leeds United podcast. I don't even follow Leeds United. I literally sat there 1 week.
You know what? I know nothing about football, mate. I'm like the worst. I know nothing. I'm really like most lads, you know, sport a football team or whatever. I know nothing about football. I know who Eric Cantona is.
Who?
Eric Cantona.
Oh, he did all in funny videos.
There's a Leeds link there. There's a Leeds link. He played for Leeds for a bit.
He kicks someone in the face. That's all I know. Yeah. That's why I like him.
I remember
Ryan Giggs, is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. Yeah.
He's still alive.
He's famous for entirely different reasons, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like ploughing his brother's wife.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Oh, nice. This is good, this, isn't it?
On a bit like football.
For about 9 years and all, not just a quick thing. Anyway.
Was that Ryan Giggs, was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you seem like a nice guy when you see him on telly.
I know we were player at year in 1991. I know that.
Good knowledge.
Do you have them little bottle
Apart from
legs?
that, I know nothing. I had a sticker book, I think. I had like a football sticker book, but I didn't know who any of the people were, but it just had random facts in. It's like, oh yeah. Like 91 to 93. I even had a Man U shirt, but I didn't support them.
Everyone did though, didn't they, back in 90s?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were good.
Yeah.
Glory supporting. But if I were going to support anyone, I'd support Leeds because it's like Yorkshire, innit? It's like the...
I actually thought that until I see these fuckers go live every week and they just keep getting depressed. So at the beginning of the season, so that's 2 seasons I've been with you now, they're buzzing, they're like, we're going to do it. And then last season you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then about 2 weeks ago, you were not doing it again.
Yeah, but we're back on for doing it again now, so
yeah,
everyone will be happy again now, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're going to go up this season?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What about, like I'm from Donny, so Donny Rovers, like where are they? Are they like the lowest of the low? Like
No.
Don't they play against Man United?
No, League One them. So you've got So we'll use Man U as the yardstick. They're in the Premier League, Leeds in the Championship, Donny Rovers in League One.
Oh yeah, so we're not
far.
What's like the lowest?
Where do Thorn play? Thorn in like where are they?
Thorn. I don't think Thorn have even got an amateur team, to be honest.
No,
a couple like Asken, obviously your way out. They had Asken Villa for a while. They were knocking around like North East counties and that. So yeah, everywhere local. I think Morley have got a reasonably decent.
I think we've got Thorn Colliery. I'm sure they.
It might be. Rozo's probably nearest to there.
Yeah. You're all from the same neck at Woods. Yeah, I forgot you're all South Yorkshire lot. Yeah, you come a long way, don't you?
So I don't understand how football works. So like these. When does it go from being amateur to pro? You know, so I'm playing on a Sunday or whatever for fucking Thorn. You know what I mean? I score a few belters and some guy fucking sees me, and then what happens then? Like, what?
I fucking love this because
honestly, I know nothing.
These are questions I asked Danny. I'm like, Danny, how does a fighter go from like fighting on? I don't understand how you get from risk fight league to the UFC. And Danny's like, well, you know, you just knock a few people out over there, and then you sort of like work your way up the rankings. Like,
to be fair, in football, it's a little bit right time, right place kind of thing. Obviously, you've got to have a bit of natural talent, but if you get picked up by the right people at the right time and they like your particular thing that you're good at, then you stand a chance.
Yeah.
But it's it's cutthroat. So if you go to an academy, for example, and you get tucked in because, I don't know, you might be big and strong, the academy manager leaves, the next academy manager comes in, he might not want anybody who's big and strong, so you get cut out. Like, I mean, I know loads of lads who've played in league and then just got binned. They're playing amateur, and I know other way around, lads who played amateur who then got into league and stuff. So
is it like a middle ground? I've heard some people say, but people say this in fighting as well, and it's bollocks. Like, oh, I'm semi-pro. I'm a semi-pro. So is that like a legit? So I could go from playing for Thorn or whatever, and then I start playing semi-pro.
Yeah.
What do I get paid?
Definitely. It depends obviously which level you play at, but to be fair, playing semi-pro, as people like to call it, it's more lucrative than playing in league sometimes. Because if you get signed to like a League 2 club, you might be on £300 a week. If you play semi-pro, if you like, you might be on £200 a week plus your full-time job, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So a few people I know have had the opportunity to go into the league, but have not took it. They'd rather stay fitting solar panels and kick it ball around when they want, kind of thing. And there's some decent money in non-league. Like, I coached in non-league for a little bit with Ossett near here in Shaw Lane, and there's some money sloshing around at them lower ends, because you get some millionaire who just decides he wants to have a pet project, so takes on a non-league club and goes, I'm going to make him the next Arsenal, and then gets fed up after 4 years and bins them off.
Is that where the money comes from then? Like some kind of like an investor, a sponsor, or whatever?
Sometimes, or it's just a club that's started and then they've grown an income and then they're starting some fans, and it's got quite a bit of a cult following non-league, to be honest. Like something like where Rico's from, Gainsborough, my mate's assistant manager, they get like nearly 1,000 fans to every game.
Isn't he sponsored by a football team?
Gainsborough Trinity. So Curtis Woodhouse.
Fozzie, my mate from Works, his assistant at Gainsborough, So. And they get like 1,000 fans, and they're like, I think they're 2 below conference, which is then when it starts to be like there's teams in their league that are full time that play full time. Like,
it's mad. It's an interesting, because there must be so many teams.
Massive amount. Yeah. I mean, my lad played. He started with rugby and then he started playing football, and literally the first ever game he started playing, he got picked up by Leeds United straight away, just because he had something at that particular time. And eventually, like, kids have caught him up, and he's left it now. He's got a jiu-jitsu, believe it or not. He's quit football and got jiu-jitsu in. So
and Gary's about to go join Craig Burke's fucking academy. As well.
I've messaged Craig this morning about his jiu-jitsu classes to try and get down.
He's sound. Craig trained with me for a long time. Cornered him for all his fights and stuff. So he's a top bloke, funny guy.
18, 20 stone.
I've seen him a few times. Like, he's a big dude, isn't he?
Very sweaty, but probably. I'd say he's in the top 5 funniest people I know.
Yeah, I listened to your pod with him actually. It was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, just fucking hell. He's hilarious. But yeah, it's like when I was younger, I always thought about, like, once I got into martial arts, I used to fucking hate football. I'd be like, fucking hell, it's fucking shit. Like, everyone at school wanted to do football, but now when I look back and I think about it, like, think how many people are trying to play. It's a lot, isn't it? So if you can make it to play for like one of these major teams, you're like fucking literally like 1 in a million, really.
I think it's something like 3%. 3% make it to be a professional player, pro player.
That sounds quite high to me, even 3%. Yeah, I think how many people are playing it at a lower level.
Yeah, it's true.
Loads of teams, aren't there?
Thousands. I mean,
but just think how good these players are that are on pitch, to actually be there on the pitch.
But like UFC don't have different leagues, does it? Do you know? Yeah. There's one that's top, and that's the only one that people are bothered about.
Yeah, but that's it, Premier League.
Yeah, but the thing is...
It's like the UFC, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Premier League's UFC, and then you've got like Bellator,
Risk.
Yeah. Risk is like, what's the lowest league you've got? What's like the lowest?
The best of the
Sunday
rest. Yeah, the best of the rest.
Risk is Sunday league football, basically. But yeah, it's mad. I think how many at school, like, everyone wants to play football. It's like so many people are like invested in it at like grassroots level. So to make it to the top, it must take some fucking skill to basically beat everyone else, in terms of skill and
definitely.
A lot of players we've had on podcasts that we spoke to before, they all said the same thing. It's just hard work and consistency. Like a lot of them will say, I was never the most talented. I couldn't do a lot of what other kids could do as kids, but I just stuck at it and I worked hard, and I'd go out and run and I'd do more to make sure I was better and stuff.
Would you say that's the same for fighters though? Like back in the day, more so than now, like consistency would get you a longer way, whereas now obviously the kids are growing up playing, like doing, like you said, full MMA out there, they're covering all bases, whereas before I reckon you probably could have got away with a bit of consistency, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, but that is the key. It's like, it's just being in the gym every day, and I've got loads of lads who are good, but I just don't fucking see them all the time. You know, but the lads who are just every day I turn up and it's the same. I'm seeing the same faces, and eventually they're the ones who are good. You know,
Yeah.
It's just a time thing. You know, you'll get people. Same in football, you'll get someone who'll play. And you're like, fucking hell, they could be a superstar, but then they're not fully committed or whatever, and they don't turn up to every training session. And
that must be hard for you to see somebody like with like some proper natural talent, and then you know that they've got that talent because they haven't got the consistency, or they might not have it between ears, that they're never going to make it. But like from an ability wise, they probably could. You must see that quite a bit.
I do, and the thing is with me is I'm not that guy to chase that. Like, I'm not going to call that person up and say, you need to meet Jim, you know, you could be the superstar. I sort of sit back, and I see who I say, right, training's on tonight, be there, see who turns up. And then they're the people I need to focus on.
Yeah.
Whereas like years ago, I'd be like trying to chase everyone, come on, get to gym, you know, do this, do that. But then I think if they don't really want to do it, if they're not fucking, you know, kicking that door in to get into the gym, then there's kind of no point. And you can get, like, a lot of coaches like invest in certain people, and then it fucking breaks their heart when that person leaves or don't fight or loses or whatever. You can't, and it kind of stops your growth. You know, you got to look at the people who are there every day, and they're not always the best talents that you've got in the gym,
but invest in them.
But yeah, they're turning up and stuff, so you've got to give them the time. So
can't argue with that.
I think it's the same in every sport, isn't it?
Yeah,
every sport, I would
definitely
say it's the same. But yeah, it's interesting. I've never, like, at school playing when everyone played football, like, we're playing football today. I remember in like PE, we had like, I think there were like 4 groups, and it rotated. So you did football for a month, then rugby, then whatever. So I were in one group, and then when it got to football, I'd change groups. I'm in that group now, and I'd play fucking tennis or something instead.
Well, weirdly, when I was a kid, I went the other way around. I started karate first. I didn't really play any football as a kid.
Yeah.
Just for this weird irrational fear of letting people down, you know, like I'd be the weak cog in the machine. So
because it's a team sport,
whereas
isn't it?
karate, I was quite happy that if I lost, it was my own fault. I'd lost, and I could like sort of stomach that burden. But it's only as I got a little bit older that I started playing properly.
Yeah.
And then did it backwards then. So I played for a few years and knocked that on the head, and then tried taking martial arts up again at totally the wrong age.
I wish I'd have tried like martial arts younger, you know, like an independent sort of thing. I think that'd have been quite good. I've only ever done team stuff, you know, like played rugby all my life.
Well, that's kind of why I've not pushed, but like judges come down and watch me train. And as soon as he said I don't want to play football anymore, I was like, well, do you want to go down jiu-jitsu then?
Yeah,
you know, you've seen me before, it's a good thing for you kind of thing. And he went last night for his first session, buzzing off it now.
That's class.
Yeah, so we'll see.
He'll be coming to see you soon.
Yeah, it's good.
Right.
It's good. It's good. Like everyone says that. Oh, I wish I'd have done that. But he's like, I was talking to Big Alan at gym the other day. He said the same to me. He's like, oh, you know, I've done all these traditional martial arts and stuff, and he's like, I feel kind of shit that, you know, I'm a bit older and only now I'm starting to do the proper stuff. And I'm like, listen, the main thing is you're doing it now.
It's like what Chris Outer says, didn't he? He said, like, just think where you could be in 10 years if you could be 10 years in a black belt. So, like,
you might as well.
You might as well fucking crack on. It's true, isn't it? Like,
he makes a point. You know, the Billy Billingham off the SS Who Dares Wins.
Yeah.
I went to see him, and he said at one of his things, I can't run 10Ks, I could run it before, and I can't do 5K as quick as I can do it before, but I can still do it. And while ever I'm still doing it, I'm still doing it. I might not be winning it, I might not be as fast as I used to be, because that's just evolving as your age gets there, but I'm still doing it. And he says, you know, the minute you stop doing it, that's when you're letting yourself down.
Yeah, that's it.
It's like when we had John on about like flow state and stuff, and like I said about sort of like just investing that little bit in each day to get to that end goal. Because if you tried to get to your end goal now, you just wouldn't even start, because like whatever it could be, getting a black belt. If you sat there and went, right, I want to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you'd be like, fucking hell, 10 years, no way, I can't do that. And you've already failed before you start. Whereas if you just turn up, chip away, before you know, you're getting a bit better. Years pass, a couple of years pass, you get a belt, and you're there, you know. So I think you've got to take that on board.
Even a blue belt. When I started training with like blue belts and shit, and I'd watch them and I'd grapple with them, and I was like, fucking hell, I don't think I could be this good.
Yeah.
I don't fit because I thought I was decent. You know, I trained for a couple of years. I thought I was decent, just doing my own thing, and then I grapple with, and I could hold my own, but I was getting beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell, like I thought I were all right at this, and these people are fucking blue belts and they're beating me. I'm like, shit, I don't think I'm gonna be it. I couldn't imagine myself being that level and then beating the old me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't think I'd be able to get much better than I already was.
I thought the exact same thing. Like when I first started and we were like rolling with like the higher belts, like what I always found were like the blue belts and the purple belts and the brown belts, the legs were like arms. So like I remember when I first like white belt rolling like Chris Buckle and them, and we're rolling about, and they could do all this shit with the legs, and I'm like, I don't even know what to do. Like, how do I defend this when these are fucking tied up and I can't do it with my legs, and they're using their legs like arms? I'm like, this is proper shit. But you do get a little bit better, and you start to learn how to defend little bits and bats. Still get battered, but I can see the little bits of progress. But I remember like way back at the beginning, you know, I couldn't even see the end wasn't even in sight. I'm like, how do you even get past this? You know,
I remember thinking when I started going down, right, if I can get through tonight's session without tapping, it's like a little victory in my head. I've survived a session, if you like.
I remember you saying that to me, and I'm thinking, I've got to count how many times I don't get tapped. Like I've got a target. It's like, if I get tapped less than 20 times, I'm doing all right tonight.
I said to you before I went down once tonight, I got caught in crossbow choke, I think it is. I got caught in the same thing 3 times, and I sat at night trawling YouTube thinking, right, how can I not get caught in that again? Because this kid just set me up every time. Yeah. It were horrendous.
Rob, other day, 4 times in a row, triangle from knee on belly. And then eventually on 4th one, I worked out what he was doing. Yeah.
But I think that's a good thing about jiu-jitsu. That's why I kind of encouraged Judd a little bit. He did some karate. He did really well at it, to be fair. But it's that chess game and that evolution of your skills that's a good thing. You can see the progress in yourself. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
That's it. Like because I started with like karate, taekwondo, and stuff like that, and because you can kind of just do it, you know, in the air or whatever. You can do punch. Oh no, this many kicks. I can kick and punch and stuff. So it's like good. But then with jiu-jitsu, because you're adding another person, it's more real, and it's like constantly, like you could roll for the rest of your life, and every grapple would be different, you know. Whereas you learn so many kicks and so many punches, it's kind of like, well, what's next?
Yeah, I agree.
Luckily, I've retired because I landed my Kimura a couple of weeks back. That's like you can't defend it. It came from Danny Mitchell himself.
Right.
Yeah, the top of the tree, the black belt.
Who did you catch?
I caught Jessup. Jessup asked Danny, Danny, how do I get out of this? Danny went, you can't.
Done then.
That's it. I hung my white belt on the wall.
Not touching it again.
Put a little plaque on it.
It's done. Danny signed it.
So they always say success is relative, don't they? Relative to you. That's it. It's done.
Quality. Right. So, Danny, what have we got on the show today? I imagine we're going to start off with the biggest fight so far in boxing heavyweight history.
You imagine wrong.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Right.
So you've missed a little detail that sponsors out. So once we've done sponsors, we'll get on some boxing talk.
I get carried away. Do you want to do the sponsors? Do you want to talk about our sponsors?
No, I'll let you do it. That's what you're there for.
So yeah, we're sponsored by the amazing Green. They've supported us from pretty much day dot. We haven't got any other. Pass us the stuff over, Danny. It's just there. This should have been on the desk before. Danny, I'm going to ask you again. Have you tried the CBD tea yet?
I haven't tried the tea, but I am. Yeah, I'd like to try that. I've seen the tea bags on the site and stuff. Yeah, I guess it's like chamomile tea where you just chill.
I think it is. You know, like if you get the website up, let's have a look at which ones they've got. Did you buy any CBD oil?
No,
you didn't get any.
No.
Recommend it.
I know.
I do recommend it. And now they've got the 40% stuff out with Rico's grid on it.
Yeah,
man.
I tell you what, it smells strong. Jesus, Jesus, have a whiff of that. If you put that in your house, you'd have fucking and just left the lid off as like a little deodorizer thing. You'd have coppers knocking your door down. Honestly, stinks.
Oh, there's Lucy up front page. Talk us through some of the products. Come on. Give us an update, Danny. So
we got various CBD sprays, like 250 milligrams, then going up to like 2,000 milligrams.
That's the one I had. That our on the 2,000 level.
The spray or the drops?
Oh, spray?
Yeah, so it's just a
spray
oral application spray. So you don't need to drop onto your tongue. Just makes it a bit more easy. You can just have it in your pocket.
Like a breath one?
Yeah, just like a breath one. Yeah. Then you've got your oils that you can just drop on or supplement into foods and shakes and whatever you want.
There's tea bags. What flavour have we got for tea bags? I'm ordering some.
So we have a chamomile
there you go,
tea bags.
Because they say you have chamomile tea before bed, don't they? Because it's like relaxes you. So with CBD, and I'm guessing it's like double.
So you drink that? Do you have that, don't you? Like,
tea?
Yeah.
I'm a tea drinker. I drink chai, yeah. Only because it's the only thing I can drink from Starbucks. If I have anything else, anything with caffeine in, I might as well just fucking do a massive line. Because that's the exact same feeling.
Can you imagine being that sensitive to caffeine? I can't like that.
Yeah. That's like, I don't have caffeine at all. I don't even drink Coke.
Yeah. Like I've only just started, like, within the last 18 months, I've never drank Coca-Cola as a kid. Never. I always just drank water or orange and water, and then I thought, fuck it, I'll try it. I were at Mackey's, and I had some Coke from Mackey's is better than anywhere else, isn't it? I don't know if you agree.
No, Coke in a glass bottle is better than anywhere
I've not
else.
tried that. But so I've tried Coke out of a normal bottle from shop. It's all right, but from Mackey's, fucking hell, they must put crack in it or something. It's like, it's fucking pure.
100% pure.
Yeah.
So now you're onto
like,
it. You're onto the.
But no, I'm trying to avoid it. Like, I'll only have it as a
treat.
As a treat. Yeah, I'm just drink water. I think water's just great, isn't it?
Yeah.
I drink about 4 litres a day, just water. So
It's because you're an athlete.
I am.
I'm a caffeine head, man. I'm terrible for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a six cups of coffee before dinner kind of dude. At work, particularly, because early starts.
Oh, yeah.
And like our job revolves around the brew, so everybody's like, "Oh, don't brew, yeah, have a coffee." Before you know it, you've had 7.
Yeah, fucking hell. I love a cup of tea, but just coffee, I just cannot. When I was younger, I could drink it, and then as I've got older, it's just literally I drink a coffee, a small coffee from Starbucks, and I'm fucking wired. I've got anxiety. I don't want to teach class. I just want to go home. Lock myself in a room. I think police are coming. I keep hearing people knocking on the door. Honestly,
Are you sure it's just coffee that you've had at this point?
yeah, it's just coffee. But anything with caffeine in.
Right.
I just get that fucking.
That's intense,
You know
that.
that feeling
Try
like.
a Monster Zero. I had half a can of one of them once, and we just stood there not doing it, just sweat pouring out of me. Art's going 10 to dozen. I'm like, literally not doing a thing.
Palpitations.
Yeah,
Oh, it's horrible.
Minding my own business.
That's the worst feeling in the world. I climbed Snowdon for charity a couple of years ago, and it was like an 4:30 morning set off. Quick scoot up Snowdon and then straight in car and back home because I was back at work day after. And I'm driving back over at 62 and I was like, I'm nodding off here. So I pulled off into a services, nipped at toilet, double dropped Monster.
Oh, no.
Never again. I didn't know if I was going to die from sweating to death, if I was going to shit myself or what. I had to pull over at next service and just sit and wallow in self-pity till it wore off. I was in a fucking rectangle.
Bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Really bad.
Shit.
So, yeah, after all that, check out Amazing Green CBD.
Leave coffee alone.
Yeah,
And Monster.
CBD.
Try the chamomile tea, CBD tea, and you'll be sound.
And get some 2,000 milligram.
We got 3 options on tea.
What else we got?
We got a breakfast tea, a chamomile tea, and a invigorate tea.
Yeah.
So give them all a go.
Yeah, I'll try the breakfast. I'll try them all. Yeah.
Speak to Tony. Let's get some bot.
Chamomile's better before bed, I think.
In
Yeah.
fact, that's what we need to do with Tony. We need to get some Amazing Green mugs and we can all have a tea while we're having this, having this podcast.
Let's do
We
it.
might be able to sort something.
Can we make this so? Right,
Might be able
okay.
to sort that.
Right, let's
Sort
get on,
some mugs.
let's get on to the thick of this podcast then.
Drugs are for mugs.
What we're talking about first.
So first one, do you want to go into the little boxing match that happened over the weekend?
The wee little boxing match.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this
Somewhat
is
like
going to
that.
dominate the podcast, innit? So let's get fucking cracking.
Do you see the picture? I put the picture on the YouTube thumbnail. It's Deontay Wilder, obviously double legging.
Yeah, we're going to say I don't think Tyson should go to MMA with how he defended the double leg off of Deontay, you know.
So that's the picture. That's his thumbnail for the episode. So Danny, obviously a big fight this weekend.
Yeah.
How did you find the fight? Did it live up to all the expectations, all the hype?
I thought it were good. I thought. So initially, I thought, right, Fury's he's a smart guy. He can box. He's one of the best actual boxers in the heavyweight division in terms of skill. I think he's way leagues above Anthony Joshua. I think Joshua's a big fucking robot, whereas Fury, he boxes like a smaller guy. He's relaxed. So I thought he's going to be smart. He's not going to get involved in no brawl. He's just going to stay away from him and pop him with his jab and win a points decision. And it's going to be, I thought it's going to be boring, but that's what he's going to do. But then I changed my mind.
Cut to our little conversation on Friday sparring.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, that ain't what he's saying, Danny. He's coming in heavy.
So you said that. You said, oh, he's coming in heavy and he's saying he's going to try and knock him out. And I was like, So then I spoke to a few other people, and then I came up with a plan. I thought, right, he's gonna basically fight him like an MMA fight. He's gonna grab hold of him. He's gonna get in his face because all Wilder's power is like when he knocks people out. Look at his arm; it's pretty much straight. He'll throw an up, but his arm is fucking straight, and he'll spark him out. So I thought he's gonna try and get inside, get in close, pull his head down, which he did. He was getting him in fucking guillotines basically, and rough him up. So I made the bet that Tyson would win but be deducted a point, and fucking hell.
What, you made that bet?
I made that bet, yeah. I posted it on Instagram on my story.
I didn't see it.
I saw it, yeah.
I
How much
made
did you
that
get?
bet.
How much do you make?
I just £100. Do you know what I mean? But fucking, I thought, yeah,
Mystic Danny over there.
yeah. I thought. I just had it in my head. I thought he's going to rough him up. He's going to be pulling his head down. He's going to be like sticking his head under his chin. And I thought he's going to get deducted a point, but he's going to rough him up and he's going to win.
So what was the point deduction for like dirty boxing, for holding him in place and stuff? Is that
Yeah,
what they were for?
yeah.
Winning by looks of it.
Yeah.
Repeatedly pulling his head down.
Yeah, he kept pulling his head down, ended up in like a guillotine.
that, yeah.
And then the referee was very quick. Like every time, as soon as he clinched it first round, referee's like, break,
Yeah.
straight away jumping in. And so what Tyson were doing is, it were just like sagging his weight on him, so that every time the ref said break, there were like 2 or 3 seconds where they were kind of like clambering off each other, then they'd start again. So there wasn't really a clean break. It was kind of like he'd put his weight on him, so he'd have to like get out from underneath his weight, and then they'd reset. Look how tired he was. His legs were fucked.
Yeah. Wasn't that because of his suit that he wore to walk into the ring? Gary?
I'm not buying that. I'm not having that. It was like we were discussing before I came on. That suit weighs £40. Yeah, he's a highly tuned athlete. No, there's absolutely no two ways about it. 2018 on Rogan, he said that he trained with a weighted vest on
Yeah,
to
I've seen
activate
that little
his.
We may
video.
have that clip waiting.
Oh, you spoil it.
Activate his Twitch fibers. But like, if you look, I come from a military background. If you look at like one of our fitness tests, were £55 on your back, weapon and helmet, 8 miles in under 2 hours, and then expected to just function like a normal soldier directly after that. So that's a load of shit. Not buying that at all.
Big book of excuses came out, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm not buying that. So it's on par with David Hayes' toe for me. That
Toegate.
What about Tyson? Mike Tyson said he broke his back. That was like up there. Remember that?
Yeah.
No, what an impressive fight! Like I will literally like be dragged around like a child through Reykjavik airport, or in Iceland, and I'm like holding things, just walking around trying to watch this fight. I couldn't believe it when I saw him go down. So he went down first. The first one was a clean shot, wasn't it? They got broke up, set back to it, hit him up back at Swede, knocked him down, and the second drop were a body shot, which looked so...
Yeah, he just wanged it. Just hit him square, didn't he?
Yeah.
Sat him down to his ass.
Which were like... Imagine the power in them shots to drop him that well. And then the trip, so like they said it were a trip rather than an actual knockdown. Do you see it where he sort of like fell? That when he fell and went for double leg?
Yeah.
it looked like a very tired fall.
It went down 4 times, but 2 they didn't give us a takedown.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So they didn't give it as a takedown, but it looked like it like he definitely got knocked takedown. Fucking every day. We've got a fucking clue on this show, haven't we?
It were on floor.
Yeah, why didn't he just get on top of him and keep punching him?
Neon belly.
Bullshit, innit? Ref getting in there.
You know, it's funny. I was watching that Ariel Helwani show. So the nutrition guy, Ariel Helwani, is about 5th guy down on YouTube when he's typing MMA.
Yeah.
But he's Tyson Fury. This is the first time he's got a nutritionist in, and it's the MMA dude that did like Conor McGregor. I forget his name. Have a Google of him. Have you seen him before? He's got like a really like croaky voice.
Oh no.
He's a former MMA
No,
fighter.
what happened to Mike Dolce? Has he died or something? He did like loads of people's nutrition. He was like living with him and cooking
That's
for him
him.
and that.
That's
Mike
him.
Dolce.
Yeah, type in that name. I'm sure that's
Are
him.
you sure? Mike Dolce did Tyson Fury's nutrition.
Let me have a butcher's. Let's have a see.
Are you sure?
Lockhart. He's got George Lockhart.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay, right.
Yeah.
No, Dolce had some issues with a few of his athletes.
Did he? Did he touch him?
There were a lot of them started testing positive for shit. I don't know what were going on.
Oh, well, have they been in fucking... Have they been in garage doing that special training in fucking...
With some EPO.
Dillashaw's garage?
Obviously, it had nothing to do with him. He wasn't implicated, but a lot of his athletes did start popping. And,
Yeah, just take this special milkshake I've
and
made.
he went a bit quiet. So
Definitely not got
Don't know what
Dynaball in
happened
it.
But yeah, he was talking about. So this is the first time that Tyson Fury's had a nutritionist in his camp. Apparently, he didn't believe in it before. Like he just never had what to do with it. But he got this guy in.
What did he do? Because he came in fucking massive. It was
Yeah, what did
270 pounds.
what did he weigh in at? 270 pounds.
270.
So
yeah.
what happened? What at the start of the camp? That's how much he weighed, 270 odd pound. And then they spent all the camp, and he basically didn't lose any weight. He just lost fat, gained muscle for power.
Yeah.
And he's from that. So he went to that boxing gym as well, didn't he? So
Kronk gym.
Kronk gym,
Yeah.
which again is known for heavy-handed, going in for like on the front foot power, and the stars aligned, and he pulled off what he said he were going to pull off. But I think it's quite interesting that this is the first time he's actually had a nutritionist in his camp, because before he just fought a load of bollocks.
Well, like in the first fight, if you've watched the ITV documentary about him that's just been on recently, the trainer he had before, can't remember his name, Ben Davidson, he made him cut loads of weight for the first Wilder fight to make him faster.
Yeah.
But his dad was saying that Tyson does his best work around 18 stone 10.
Yeah.
And then it was just interesting this time. He came in a lot heavier than he did last time.
Yeah.
And it obviously worked.
Because he uses that weight, to lean on him and stuff. And, it's a strategy, isn't it? Yeah, I definitely agree with that. So that's probably why. And that Ben Davidson, obviously, to coaching, is pretty new. So, he was doing a great job, but he was trying stuff really that they should have tried a fucking long time ago. That you don't try it when you're fucking fighting Wilder. You need to just go back to fucking basics. Like what worked for Tyson before, let's just fucking do that. So,
do you want to talk about the John Fury interview that's pretty much gone viral?
The one that I posted?
Yeah.
Yeah.
AJ don't want to get knocked out by a fat jipper.
Yeah.
It's already said, did it?
Yeah. He's quality. Funny guy, John Fury. But
did you put it on your timeline? We should be able to play it.
Yeah, I put it on. It's on my page and on my Instagram. So
let's have a go. Let's see if this technology will work us. How long is it?
60 seconds.
Yeah,
I put it on. I put it on Instagram. So
1-2 left up, chin stuck in the air. You see him, he's blown out of his arse, and he gets a bit of pressure put on him. Tyson will do more than pressurise him, mate. He'll be crying after 4 rounds, tears will be rolling out of his eyes like Marafat peas. But he can't do any good. If he's swinging like that, where's he gone? Pop, pop, bang! On the floor, end of. Give me them belts back where you stole them, you bum. And that's it.
Will we see this fight next year, in your opinion?
No, I don't think he will, because he's too frightened. He'll retire before he faces Tyson Fury. The Gypsy King will retire him without even fighting him, and I've said it first. He'll retire him without even fighting him, because he hasn't got nothing to beat him with. He don't need money. The lad's a trillionaire. He don't need it. So why would you mucky your legacy by letting a big Jippo spark you right out? End of.
So there you go. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. That is quite an old interview, I think. I don't think that's that new, is it?
I wouldn't have thought
that were a.
He's just been on like fucking Good Morning Britain, and said that he wants him to retire. He said he needs to retire now.
Yeah,
that's what his dad said. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon that's it, or do you think he should keep going? And
he needs to fight AJ. That fight needs to happen. Like I said on my post, if it doesn't happen next, I'm gonna post Eddie Hearn a dog turd. But yeah, it just needs to happen, doesn't it? Like, it's fucking happened so many times in the past. Fucking Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Fucking look how long it took to make that fight, and then it's like by the time the fight gets made, it's not even worth watching anymore, because it's just the fighters themselves aren't the fucking.
Well, Wilder's got a rematch clause on it. That's the thing. So if he
don't want to see that.
I don't want to see it. But
I don't think Wilder wants to be really honest.
And plus to recover, so he's bust his eardrum, right? Is that fact? Obviously, it were bleeding. It must have
definitely bleeding from his ear, and his legs were all over, so it looked like something.
So he's going to have to take time to recover from that, isn't it? You know what I mean? So let's get it on. Get AJ in there. Everyone wants to see it. It'll be the biggest fight. Just fucking do it, innit?
I think he paggers AJ like.
I do. I honestly do. I think AJ's just a big robot. Too much muscle.
I think they both pagger AJ.
Yeah. I did post that. I said, Tyson beats Wilder. Wilder beats AJ. They both beat him, I think. So yeah.
Interesting. I do want to see it. Like, I think it'd be a one-sided fight. We need to see
so if Wilder really wants his fucking rematch, make him fight AJ, and the winner fights Tyson. Surely that's because that way, if Wilder knocks fucking AJ out, then that gets rid of the sort of storyline for the Tyson fight anyway.
But so this is where a lot of politics comes into it, doesn't it? Because he's with Frank Warren. He's what's his face? Tyson Fury, and then AJ's with
Eddie Hearn.
and then there'll be an argument about the politics and the business side of it.
how much money do they
60,
want?
40, 50, 50.
Who's the A side? Yeah, who wants what?
So that's why these fights never happen, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
That's why AJ and Wilder never happened up until Fury knocking Wilder out, innit? They were just constantly politics going backwards and forwards. We're not taking that amount for that fight
Right.
and blah blah blah. But I don't know. I'd like Danny said. I think it's probably the biggest fight there is to make at minute. Will Eddie Hearn want to put his cash cow in front of somebody who's going to potentially take all his belts off him and not make him his cash cow anymore? I'm not sure. He's making all the right noises.
He's
but
had a chink in his armour already by losing to Ruiz,
that's
hasn't he?
it.
Like, he can't, I mean, obviously he's still a big name, but he can't be as like.
That's it. Just get him in there with Tyson. It's what people want to see. 2 or 3 more fights down the road.
That's it. I'm
That'll be all.
just think how much money they must have made already. Like, it's got to be. You're getting fucking greedy now, aren't you? Like,
Well,
just thinking
that
the
fight
amount
with
of money.
Ruiz in Saudi must have been ridiculous money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To pick that rematch up and move it to Saudi when it could have been in Vegas or wherever.
Well, they're just throwing money about.
Yeah,
They've offered Khabib 100 million to fight either McGregor or Mayweather over there. That Saudi oil money is just flying about.
Mad, that, innit?
Need to get out there.
Yeah, I think it needs to happen, doesn't it? Like I said, if not, you're going to have to just post some shit through Eddie Hearn's letterbox. We've got a connection now. I was filming with Josh Warrington yesterday. He's now his new promoter.
True.
So I can get you in front of him if you want. If you want to, like, hand him
sound.
the shit.
Yeah.
Personally posted.
I prefer to just post it and run.
All right, okay.
Or I like to put a dog shit in a paper bag on someone's doorstep, light it, knock on door, then when they come out, they stamp all over it to get the fire out and get covered in shit. It's great.
Fair dues.
Wipe it under his door handle of his car.
Oh, no. That's grim. Any more comments on this Fury Wilder fight then?
No, that's pretty much it. Unless do you want to add a little clip of him saying he trains every day in his £45 weight vest?
Yeah, you can do if you want. It'll
Yeah,
give us a
play
giggle. Let's have a go.
I think it'd have been conditioned to that suit then, wouldn't you? If that worked.
Has anyone shared it on Facebook? I can play it through machine then.
No. I'd imagine someone will, but no, I haven't.
Okay. You'll have to just hold your mic to it then.
We want to activate the fast twitch muscles. You know what I'm saying? We do everything with rapid
Turn your mic
speed.
over.
If I'm doing anything, it consists of me moving my feet, is sprinting and stuff like that. And I wear a 45-pound vest on me as well too, and all my exercise and everything that I do to have that extra weight on me.
Turn your mic over. Why can we hear it twice?
Oh, because you're hearing it from there as well.
because you're playing it. I want to say, oh, that's trippy, that. Like, what's in this CBD oil? So £45
That's it.
vest.
He's been wearing it's a fucking bullshit excuse. End of the day, he had weight on him, so his legs were tired, and he got hit in his fucking ear hole, so he were fucking wobbly. That's what it is. Just admit it. You know what I mean?
It
Nobody
seemed fine
cares.
up until third round when he got dropped. do you know?
Nobody cares about your fucking daft suit that you wore.
It was terrible anyway, wasn't it?
There's been some massive politics with his corner team as well now, hasn't there?
All right. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like his one coach has got monk on with other coach because he threw towel in. So so then they've turned around. So Wilder, I think, has turned around and said somebody's got to pay for this. So somebody's going to get potentially canned off from his team. I think the guy who threw the towel in is an ex-world champion and Olympic gold medalist as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's
this
what's gone off.
Someone made a comment about that saying that's the type of coach that you want. And that's the sort of person that you want in your corner. Because he ain't bothered about the money. He's bothered about the safety of the fighter. And when he saw that it were going south and he wasn't going to come back from out, he threw towel in.
I think the biggest one of that was, did you see Tommy Coyle fight in Vegas not so long ago?
No.
Fought for a world title in
I didn't
Vegas.
see that, but I know Tommy, yeah.
The pinnacle of his career, really.
Yeah,
and to
yeah.
be fair, he started really well, but then the kid got on top of him and was knocking smoke out of him. And Jamie Moore pulled him out.
Yeah.
And Jamie Moore after said, that's the hardest thing I've ever had to do because that was his moment
Yeah.
to try and win his world title. But I'm there to protect him.
This
He
is
needed
what
to come out.
This is what I was going to ask you actually. Like, what's your views on the towel thrown in? And because I know we've gone through it before. Like, it's even if a towel goes in, it's at the referee's discretion whether he
the referee can kick it back. I have seen it before. The referee can.
Really, I didn't know.
Yeah, only the referee can stop the fight. So that's it. Like if the corner throws a towel in, the referee has to make a split-second decision whether he agrees with that or not. So if he thinks it's in the interest of the safety of the fighter, he'll stop the fight. But if he believes there's an ulterior motive, which sometimes there is in boxing, because maybe you just maybe like if the fighter gets knocked out, he can't fight. You'll get banned. You might get a 60-day or 30-day suspension on your license. So you can't spar. You can't fight. So maybe the corner's looking, thinking, fucking hell, I don't think he's going to do too well in these later rounds. Maybe he gets stopped. So if I throw towel in, he finishes on his feet, we can pull him out and say he's, hurt his hand or something, and then he can fight again in an easier fight next month. Or, so the referee, I have seen the referee, with the towel gone in, the referee just kicked it back out and said, carry on fighting. So
have you ever had to throw a towel in?
I have done it a couple of times, yeah. I have done it a couple of times, and it's, like you say, it is hard. It's one of them things, but I've only done it when I've known without a doubt that, like, I want the fighter to fucking walk out of there, yeah? So I've had lads, they've been dropped 2 or 3 times, and I know that if they get dropped again, the fight's over anyway, but it's like that third shot that they get hit with is going to fucking clean them out. They're going to be fucking out cold. And I don't want to see that. So that's the kind of time when I throw the towel in. Like I want them to, if they've lost the fight is basically over. They've been dropped a couple of times, and it's like, the next time they're going to get dropped, it's going to be a fucking bad one. I'll throw the towel in and just get them out of there. And a lot of them, I would have finished the fight, but I'd rather them walk out of there than get fucking sparked out and then carried out of there. So, but it is an hard decision to make. But yeah, I think the corner does have to have that option.
What a way for a fucking a fight like that to end. That's, you don't get any more decisive than that, does it? Without actually obviously just knocking him clean out on the floor. What a way for a massive fight to end. So it's good.
Yeah, like I say, I just hope this AJ fucking thing comes off. Because,
that'd be one to watch.
Yeah.
Start collecting shit now.
It's what everyone wants. Just like, for once, just give the people what they fucking want. Like, all the time we're fighting with, the UFC, MMA, boxing. They always hold these fights back, don't they? They see how long they can drag it out before they give you the fight. And it's like, just for once, just fucking...
Khabib Tony's coming in it. Press conference is soon. When's that? They've just announced, haven't they, press conference for Khabib Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, very excited. And on the on the Fight Companion recently, Eddie Bravo sort of had a bit of a chat with Joe Rogan. He didn't go into too much detail, but he were basically we've got fucking darters from everywhere. We're going to put him in a fucking swimming pool of shit that he's never been before. That's what Eddie Bravo said. It's I'm obviously not going to give it away, but we're working shit that he'll never ever see before.
I'd just like to see him get in the octagon. That'll be the first one. Get the cage door shut. Yes, sound, it's happening. Because how many times has it fell off that?
Next Saturday.
Is it next Saturday?
Next Saturday. Yeah. Next Saturday is the press conference.
7th of March, T-Mobile Arena.
Oh, should we go out there? Should we fly over? I thought going to Ireland to your granddad's castle that he does bare knuckle boxing in. Let's go to Vegas. Come on.
If just put it on company and we'll all go off. No problem.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, sound.
You can't put it off as an expense, no?
I've had enough money. I've got enough money in pot. Need some better jobs. Speaking of jobs, our mate Brian Lacey, you've got him a job.
I have. I told you that.
We are Brian Lacey's management team here.
I've told him I want 20%.
He should really give you 20%. He promised me a steak, so I think that's my trade-off.
Yeah.
So how about this for a tedious link of... This is bizarre. So the company that employed us to do the fucking World Badminton Championship, to do the filming and the media for, they then were looking for a colour commentator to come on board because we ain't got a fucking clue about badminton. So I thought Brian Lacey will do. So now Brian Lacey's got the job as the commentator at the World.
Does Brian know a lot about badminton?
He knows nothing.
Oh, cool.
So I've actually had to edit something today to edit out a mistake of his because he referenced it wrong, and they came back and that's off Brian. You need to change that. I'm like, fucking hell, Brian. So Brian's got this job. Danny's got him another job, which we'll talk about in a second. The company that employed us, who then we got Brian on the job, they've got a sister company that are now the betting agency for Cage Steel. How about that for
It's a right link.
How mad's that?
Crazy, yeah. Crazy.
I couldn't believe it when I saw that pop up on LinkedIn.
What are they called, the betting company now?
Low Six.
Low Six, that's it, yeah. So it's like pool style betting for combat sports. So there'll be so on Cage Steel. So this time Cage Steel, March 14th, Donny Dome. There's going to be betting. It'll be on an app. I don't know if the app's live yet, but it'll be.
I think it is. It is.
But there'll be 10 fights on there, and it'll be like a pools betting. So I'm not sure how much it is to.
How does that? What do you mean by? What does that mean?
So like, so there'll be 10 fights, and you'll choose who you think wins from all 10.
Oh,
so
right.
you can't just bet on Bramall.
One person.
You can't just bet on.
I'd be like piling money on Bram, mate.
Yeah, you can't just bet on Bramall. You have to pick the winner of all 10 fights.
Ooh.
And then, so all the say it's a $5 to put this on, and 1,000 people do it. There'll be a pot with $5,000 in, and then whoever gets the closest to 100% gets like 80% of that pot.
Oh wow!
So there's a football one exactly the same.
Yeah.
Who's knows wins exactly. Yeah,
that's cool.
Pick
That.
fixtures. Whoever gets closest wins.
I wondered how that works because he wants to come on show. Does Jamie, the guy that runs that company?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, fucking come on, like if you want to make the trip from down south to up north, then join us on the show and tell us all about it. But I think that's cool, isn't it? It's nice. So what's the job that you've got for Brian?
Oh, right. So there was the Polish Valetudo show. It's called Vittoria. Yeah. So that was they did that a couple of months ago. It was like in a big fucking pit with like smoke around it, and they all had fights with no gloves on, and like, it was fucking crazy. And I'm like, how the fuck didn't I know about this? so I got in touch with them. And I was just back and forth with them. I said, listen, I'd be interested in fighting. They're like, yeah, it'd be great. We'll get you over. We'll either get you a super fight or we'll put you in this tournament where you win 20 grand. It's like an 8-man tournament. No rules, no rounds.
Mad bastard, did
it? So there's like no time limit. You just fight. And I was like, this is fucking great. No weight classes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, this is sick. This is what I want to do. This is it. This is it. Like, win this and then just fully retire and be like, yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
And then, so they come back with the date, like, oh, yeah, we're going to do May 23rd. I'm like, fuck. So that's the date that Rico is going to be fighting either Tyler Gudgeon or Jimmy Sweeney. They're going to fight. So I'm like, bastard. Like, obviously, I need to be there for that. We probably got Matt Hodgson on that as well. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I can't do that date. And then I saw him post saying, we're looking for a... it was Lucas, one of the guys who fought on it, messaged me saying, they're looking for an English commentator. Do you know anyone? And I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, of course I do. So I got in touch with him again. I'm like, right, this is Brian Lacey. He's commentated on ACB, loads of other regional shows. Like, he's really good. Like, get in touch with him. So I sent his number over. So they got in touch with him. And then, obviously, he's good friends with Brad Pickett. So now him and Brad are now the commentators for this fucking Polish Valetudo show.
Wow,
yeah. So now he's speaking to them every day. And then he comes back to me like, they need more fighters. I'm like, sweet. So I'm going to try and get some fighters on there. And then the plan is for me to fight on there this year at some point.
Are you sending over for that? Or is it not disclosed yet?
I don't know yet. I don't know. We're going to see.
Trip to Poland then. That's sick, innit?
Yeah, but it just looks great. It's like in this... they did it in like this old warehouse. It looks sick. It's fucking great. I love it, mate.
Danny's like favourite club nights are in like an old barn or something like that.
Yeah.
DJ Dex on some bales.
I feel like it's the end of Bloodsport when they're like rubbing the knuckles.
You know what?
Like
That's what it looked like. Swear to God, it looked like Bloodsport because it was just like a canvas with there were no like posts or ropes or anything around it. It was just a canvas. And then it had they had smoke around it, like smoke machines. So it just looked like a fucking pit. It was sick, yeah. So I think it's fucking good. Like, a lot of people like bare knuckle boxing's really big at the minute. Everyone's into that. Oh yeah, let's watch that. But I think the bare knuckle, like MMA, no rules, Valetudo, I think that's the...
What have we got to do to get one of these off the ground in UK then? Is it doable?
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
I'm working on it. So,
yeah,
I think we have got a potential venue in the north.
Exclusive?
Yeah. But I'm just not sure. Like, some places will let you do whatever. Like, we'll have like proper doctors. It'll just be run like any other show.
Yeah, I mean, you can measure for a cup. You might as well sell coffins while you're there as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Throw them straight in.
I can get coffins cheap, actually, if anyone's interested.
It's Valley Judo. It's like a
we'll just say
type
it's a judo.
of combat sports that were invented in Home Valley. That's what we're going with.
Right.
Well, I'll just say it's a fucking karate competition or something. Yeah, fuck it.
So yeah, Brian's got himself another gig there then.
We've fucking sorted him out.
Has anyone Brad Pickett still got their podcast?
Not at the minute.
Not at the minute.
They're in talks with, I believe, trying to get it off the ground again.
Right.
From what Brian was saying the other day. or picking his brains about his commentary skills. He's a talented man, actually. In front of camera, he helped us out of the day on that shoot. I'm glad I got him in for it. And I was asking him for like a bit of advice on commentary so that we can up it for Risk. Date yet still to be confirmed, is that correct? Have we got a date?
It's going to be the 30th of May or the 6th of June.
We're still on the right, okay.
So, but probably 6th of June, but I'm just waiting on these dates for KSW.
Yeah.
So I need to hurry up.
Exciting times. So I wanted to talk briefly about Jamie Falding. So he was on the podcast 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. That was the last podcast we did on it, because I was away last week. He fought on Bellator, didn't quite go his way. How did you feel the fight went?
Yeah, he started off well. He came out throwing some kicks and stuff. They ended up, the guy shot in, didn't he? He got him in a guillotine.
Yeah.
And then got a nice sweep and ended up on top. And then, spent sort of the first half. I think
he got swept again, didn't he? Right at the end, ended up on his back. Is that right on the first round?
I'm not.
I think he did.
No. So what happened is he was on top. He was in the guard, and he managed to pass, and he spun for an armbar.
That's right. Yeah.
So he set off for the armbar, and the guy managed to like roll out, get to his knees, and then he ended up. So the end of the first round, he were on his back. So the first round were pretty close. You know, he had the top position, he had the armbar, but then after that, the guy kind of knew that, just take him down and be on top, and that's kind of the key to victory for him. So yeah, he literally just ran in second round, third round, ran in, took him down, and he caught him with a nice elbow in the second round, I believe, which cut him open. I don't know if it was the second or the third.
I feel like it was later on. I
think it
might be the fourth or fifth round, where there were one clean.
Fourth or fifth, there were only 3 rounds.
Oh shit! Sorry, yeah, of course.
Fucking hell, mate! What fight have you been watching here?
I don't know. I felt a long time. I was watching it on the back of a bus in Iceland. We were on a tour, and I'm sat on the back with Wi-Fi. Yeah. So yeah, maybe it's second or third. But I think with the last round, he got fucking. Yeah, he took that one on the bridge of his nose.
Yeah, he got caught with a nice elbow and cut him open and stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully, he'll be back from that. He'll learn a few lessons from that and stuff. It's hard. It was only his second professional fight, and he's fighting on a massive stage. In Bellator, so yeah, it's just
we're good, like a massive opportunity. We're good, like you don't get any better than that early in your career, does it? So like if it bounces back from it, gets another shot. So I don't know how contracts work with Bellator. Like I'm sure he'll have a couple of fights on there.
Yeah. Bellator usually pretty cool with stuff like that. They'll get him back on. Probably being back in the UK. Obviously that was over in Dublin, wasn't it? That?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Dublin.
So maybe over here somewhere they're doing a few shows. I don't know. Obviously they're doing in London. Did they do a bit? What did they do one in Birmingham with Bellator? I'm not sure if they did.
Poised and ready.
I'm not sure if they've done one in Birmingham. They did one in the North East, didn't they? So Newcastle, that Metro Arena. Yeah, they did one there. So yeah,
I'm sure I have heard they've done
North. We want them in the North. That's where we want. Get them back to Newcastle. Manchester, Leeds. I don't know if they're allowed MMA at Leeds
Arena.
Yeah, I'm sure I heard that they want to allow
boxing with MMA.
Yeah,
number one.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard, because I think a few events have tried to book it and they've said no.
It's bad, that, isn't it?
Sheffield Arena be alright though, isn't it? They've had MMA.
Yeah, we've had MMA there. Yeah, Chef Arena's pretty good.
Be honest, Sheffield Arena's better anyway, isn't it?
I'm there tomorrow night actually. I'm at a gig tomorrow night actually.
Yeah.
Arena, yeah.
Who are we watching?
Stereophonics.
Ah, yeah. I'd actually, one of my clients is going to that actually. Yeah. What else we got on his list then, Danny?
UFC for weekend. You see Felder Hooker fight.
I think I seen highlights. I don't think I watched the full fight.
Oh, we're a good one.
Yeah.
It's worth going back and having a watch. They just beat the shit out of each other.
Close fight. It was a split decision.
Split decision.
Yeah, split.
From the stuff that I saw of it, I thought Felder actually took it.
I thought Felder had it.
A lot of people are saying that.
The third round were a bit could have gone either way, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the sort of, from what I saw, Hooker had the first two. The third was one of them where it was a bit, and then Felder came on strong towards the end of the fight. So yeah, it's just how you call it in between. But
I thought that were a bigger robbery than Reyes fight. But
I think it was just
for a bit of controversy in there.
I don't know. I saw Felder's grid after he was pretty bust up. Like Hooker weren't too bad.
He's got that Irish skin, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, they actually mentioned that in commentary.
Do they?
Yeah, he's got quite pale skin, so he reddens up really easy.
Yeah.
Like, I think his shin swelled up with first round, didn't it? 'Cause
Yeah,
he was
I
getting
think
lower
we
calf
like
kicked to
first
death.
minute,
Yeah.
like second low calf kick and what have you. You could see it on leg already.
Fair dues then.
Yeah, a few days in hospital for them.
Good fight though.
Yeah, I saw his post afterwards saying, "You want a race?" Do you think that's it for Felder then? Do you think he's retired or?
I don't think he's going to be doing any big foreign events like that. Going over to Auckland and what have you. He might have a couple more in him, but a lot closer to home.
He's a good analyst though, and he's a good commentator. So like, I know that he's mentioned that before, and like, it's a good step. You know, like if he's got that opportunity. There's quite a lot of careers, a lot of fighters that have gone down that path now. Dominic Cruz, but again, he's on his way for a comeback now as well, isn't he? So
Some talk of Dan Hardy making a comeback as well, isn't there? Wants
He's-
to fight Pettis, doesn't he?
Yeah.
well, if you listen to his podcast or any of his stuff on YouTube, he said that he wants to come back, and he's spent a long time getting ready for a comeback. So it's not like he's just gone right.
Yeah, he wants to come back at lightweight, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's not like I just want to fight. I'll give myself 6 months. I think he's given himself a long time to train.
He looked trim.
Yeah, because the last
day.
time when I was in Copenhagen at the UFC, so they have like little fight rooms where during the week you can just go and train, and then he was up there doing some grappling and that, and it really really hard training. Like guys are switching over and he's staying in and doing rounds, and I'm like, oh, you training? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna do lightweight, and I like sick, so.
Well, Staff's been getting a session a week in with him.
Yeah. Him and Jimmy Waller have got a gym, haven't they? Which is pretty cool. Jimmy's a good guy as well. So, but yeah, cool guy. Obviously, Dan's sort of most famous fight is a decision loss to GSP. You know, when I think did he escape a mad armbar, didn't he? He was getting armbar. He's like his arm was fully extended. He managed to escape. I like fucking hell.
Talks about it quite a lot in his book.
Yeah,
Dan,
I've not read that.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
have to
good.
You're a
check
big
that
fan
out.
of him, aren't you?
Yeah, I like Dan Hardy. Yeah, I'm late to MMA, mate. I can't remember I really got into it. Well, I was a big boxing fan as a kid and just growing up, and I thought boxing hit a stale period after a bit. Like I grew up watching Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, Lennox
greats,
Lewis,
yeah.
all them, and
Yeah.
then I thought I started watching like Kell Brook from when he started on small shows, Hot Whip to winning world title. Then it hit a bit of a stale period then for me with British fighters particularly.
Yeah.
And then I remember watching MMA at work on nights one night, and couldn't work out what were happening when it went to the floor, and I felt a little bit ignorant to the fact that I thought, this is boring. I'm just standing back up a bit. So I then started looking into MMA because I wanted to know a little bit more about so that I could watch it as a casual fan and understand what the fuck were going on, to be honest. So then I got into MMA, but I'm going back in years now, so I'm going back and watching all the great fights from before because I've missed them the first time round. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Dan Hardy. I like him. I think he's a sound dude.
He's a proper nice guy. Yeah, really nice guy. And he went off and kind of did all the like ayahuasca and all that.
Yeah. Well, he
Like
talks in his book about it. He tried to become a monk, or he went and lived with the monks for a bit.
Yeah.
When he were young, like when he wanted to follow his martial arts dream, because when he was a kid, he watched a lot of like the old style kung fu movies with a lot of the monks and stuff. So he went and lived in a monastery for I think 6 months or something, and then came back. Yeah. And then it talks about obviously setting up the Rough House gym and training with people, and Bisping gets a mention in there and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a good book, really good book. Talks about his big fights as well.
Got it downloaded.
I need to check that out because he's a good guy. Dan, there's a picture of me somewhere because Dan was I fought for the title, the European title on Ultimate Force, which were the old show at Donny Dome.
Yeah.
Before Cage Steel, it was Ultimate Force, which was run by Paul Murphy, who's Jamie Folding's coach. You could hear him in corner shouting, and Dave Mangum, who's now in the big house with bars on windows. But so they ran this show. I fought for the title on there, but Dan Hardy also fought on there. I think Dan had fought in Japan and won. Then he came back and he fought at Donny Dome, and then he won. He beat like a German guy, I think, and then he got signed to the UFC.
Yeah, he talks about that because he had a bit of a rough time against the German guy, didn't he?
Yeah,
and they were worried that it might put his UFC contract in doubt if he got beat, and it was a close fight.
Yeah, because I think they'd already said like you're in kind of thing, but he still had that fight, left.
Shit.
So
he still took the fight, and it were a bit of a grind to get through it.
Yeah. So I was there, and Dan presented me with me. But when I won the belt, he gave it to me. There's a cool picture somewhere where I'm looking young.
Where is it on your
Dan
Instagram?
Hardy.
Is it?
Do you know what?
See, Danny's like what you learn with Danny is he's good at like archiving his stuff. You must have some good folders on your phone.
Yeah.
If
I
you
just got my profile pictures on Facebook.
All Stars, watch the first podcast we did. It was like, obviously, before it became this MMA podcast, I was like asking Danny, and I'm like, "Oh, tell us about your UFC career." And he was talking about getting signed to the UFC. He's like, I think I might have that. I might have that email. He looked at his phone for 20 seconds. And it's
All you gotta do is Google UFC fucking contract.
Yeah, you had it though. You had like your email from your manager at the time.
Yeah.
That's class.
Oh, that's it. There you go. So that's just before he got signed to the UFC.
You both look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Has he got his trademark mohawk?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Class.
We were both welterweights then as well.
I think he might be my most famous Twitter follower, to be honest.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Does he follow you on Twitter?
He follows me on Twitter, yeah. His podcast is class, the Full Reptile Radio with Owen Oxley, who's one of the funniest people I've ever heard. And I was out shopping, I think, and I was listening to it on my earphones and said something. I was self giggling in supermarket. I couldn't stop giggling. This woman opposite me like, "It's weirdos laughing over nothing." And I just banged a tweet out explaining that I'd just been laughing, kind of thing. And he followed me off the back of it. And I was like to my missus, "Oh, Shell, come look at this." And she's like, "Well, Dan Hardy's just followed me." And she went, "Yeah, brilliant. Who's Dan Hardy?" And I was like, "For fuck's sake,
Like, watch these fights.
this
I've
is
got 'em all.
wasted." Yeah.
Honestly, like, me talking to my missus about MMA and that, she's like, it's just brutal. There's no skill there. I'm
My
like, "Are you
my missus
fucking
has actually
serious?"
got into it now. She actually
Yeah.
doesn't mind watching it. Yeah, she gets a bit tense when there's any blood flying about. But like, I remember a few years ago we got invited to an MMA event, just a local one, and cage side. And we said, "Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant." I went, "You do realise cage side probably get like covered in snot and blood and teeth and that?" She quickly changed her mind. She's like, "I'm not that bothered about going now." So yeah.
Does Jade like follow it and know like positions and stuff? Like, what?
She knows like basic shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
She knows some stuff. She's got that Mong strength as well. Like I try and
I don't think you're
choke.
allowed to say it.
I try and
Could
choke
be
her
that.
out. Mong's it's Mong.
man, not the word that you're thinking.
But yeah, she's super strong. Like I'll try and choke her out and shit, and she won't tap. I have to put her to sleep. It's like, yeah. Honestly, she don't like tapping. She's very competitive as well. Yeah, well, she is with me anyway. I don't want. She's done a few jiu-jitsu classes, just tried it or whatever. But she's not bothered about like doing jiu-jitsu or anything. She likes just fucking
Just having a play with you.
watching Love Island and that, and then yeah. But yeah, she's. I mess around with her, get her in leg locks and shit. She just goes fucking wild. And the thing is with girls, like they just hit you, don't they? They think that like we don't feel pain, so that she just fucking claws me and punches me and that, thinks it's all right. She's had me in a choke a few times, like I've just let her get me in a choke, and I'm like, fuck, I can't get out. I don't want to tap. I'm like, fucking get off. Yeah.
I see we learned about Danny's sex life here.
Yeah, I wait till she's unconscious for that.
That's how it starts, by choking her.
Are we after Watershed? Are we allowed to say this at 2:00 on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
Thursday afternoon?
All the muscles relax. It's loads better.
Savage. Right, what else we got? What else we got? Yeah, no, let's not take this any further. Before we get Danny divorced after 2 months of marriage, or whatever it is. How long have you been married for now?
Since October. So
4
October
months.
6th, yeah.
So do you see Carolina Cull? I will get it out. Do you want to? Your Polish is better than mine.
I don't know, Kolovejczyk or something. I don't know.
Yeah, she broke her eye socket, broke her orbital really badly.
Yeah, it's in the X-ray. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I showed you that.
Yeah.
Have you got shows
2
about it?
seconds.
Fight were, brutal.
What happened? Come on, tell us.
She got cracked and obviously started. Do you ever remember seeing Kell Brook when he busted his fight in Golovkin?
Yeah.
And he just like repeatedly blinking over
Yeah,
and over
blinking all
again.
the time and that.
And she came out for the next round, literally just cupped her hand over her eye to try and protect it, but got cracked in it a few more times. It was grim. Like
That's another one of them times. If you're a coach and your fighter's like just blinking all the time, like Gerald McClellan.
Yeah.
You see that fight where he's just constantly blinking.
His were oxygen depletion, weren't it?
Yeah,
at the
and
time,
then like even the commentary's like, oh, he seems to be blinking a lot. Like there must be something wrong, and like his coach was some fucking because he sacked off his normal coach, didn't he? And he just had like some random fucking coach in his corner who were crazy. Always wears a fucking like a captain's hat. And he didn't pick up on it, and now he's fucking...
He changed boxing regs after that, didn't it? They had to have a doctor ringside after that fight. Right?
yeah. But he's still...
Because there were a lad from Leeds, weren't they? A boxer from Leeds who had a similar incident.
Yeah.
But got less brain damage because he got oxygen straight away in the ring.
Yeah.
That saved him. That looks grim.
Yeah.
There's your extra of it.
Jesus.
Not good.
It's not a little break.
Yeah, when you do your orbital and that's when you blow your nose in your eye, just fucking goes
Cowboy
huge
Cerrone
as well.
style.
Yeah.
He did it, didn't he?
That's savage, that.
I've seen so many people do it. Just like finish the fight, they have a shower, they just like wash the face, blow all snot out the nose, and then boom, just shuts the eye like you dick.
What else we got, Danny?
Do you want to have a quick go over UFC? We're spoiled with UFCs at the minute. We've got
There's too many. Sack them off.
Like from 3 weeks ago, I think we've got a UFC every weekend for next 8 weeks. So about another 5 weeks ago, there's just a break before Tony Khabib fight.
What's just the next one? Let's not look too far ahead.
Yeah, we'll not talk
Fight
about it next
night
week.
169. Joseph Benavidez versus Davison. Yeah. You know I'm rubbish with foreign names.
Who else we got on that card? Is there
To be
anything
honest,
else?
it's a bit like the last one. There's only main event fights. There's Megan Anderson that's on there, but other than them 2 fights, everyone else is.
Yeah, there's a lot of fillers now, isn't there?
Just have a Google of the Black Beast. Just see if what's come out about him. Because they were talking about like he's got an injury. He's got something going on with his health that's like life threatening. And he spoke about it on the Ariel Helwani show.
Him and Stipe, but they've been very quiet over.
So has nothing come out yet?
I don't think they've said too much about it.
Stipe can't have many miles left on clock. Did that interview with him after?
Yeah,
I had to get it up because like I'd said it about 4 times and they're not like, what are you on about? I'm like,
it looked bad, that.
what?
That's gonna be me soon. Gonna need a new podcaster.
I think you're doing well, mate. You sound...
I'm all right. It's just my nose. My nose is fucked. I need like some kind of operation so I can breathe.
Are you still doing chamber?
I've not been in there, no, but I have been doing a lot of swimming and like trying to like breathe underwater and shit. You know, to help me breathing because I struggle breathing through my nose.
Oh, let's turn yours up. Hold on. What's that?
It's all cartilage in my nose just snapped. So what the doctor said is they said they can go in, they can take all that out, and there's kind of two things they can do. They can either just take it out and then leave it so I can still train, but then my nose will just be like a big ball of mush, which won't look good. But then they said what we could do is basically give you like a nose job. So we'll put like I'm guessing it'd be like plastic.
Take it from your rib.
Oh yeah.
I watched it. Have you seen the TV show Botched?
Yeah,
it's fucking...
my missus watches it all the time.
Class.
So they said that we can kind of rebuild your nose, but then the problem is then if you train and you get a smack on it, it's just going to fucking collapse.
Yeah.
So
you tweet so your career's officially
yeah,
done.
so I'm just going to wait.
And then we're going to get a new Danny.
Yeah,
new nose.
Yeah. I'll be like Michael
They'll be in
Jackson.
films all the time. Then.
Boob job. Oh yeah, how's filming going?
Yeah, so we're filming this weekend, yeah.
Are you still looking for extras?
We are, yeah. So
You're definitely.
I put it on. I said like I'm not going to.
He'll be like, hello, I'm here as an extra.
I don't fit that mold.
Yeah.
What did you ask for? Hard-looking fighters? No, yeah, it's not me.
Rough mushes, I said.
Yeah.
Oh bugger! I had that day free as well.
Do you wanna go down? You can make one in. I reckon.
mate.
You've done a bit of Muay Thai, haven't you? You're a boxer. And you have, haven't you?
I'm not doing any Muay Thai now.
Just kickboxing.
A bit of kickboxing. Badly.
You're going to do Muay Thai,
I've
though.
done quite a few martial arts really badly, to be
Okay.
fair. Yeah, I'm going to do it.
you've been invited.
I'm going to take Joe Craven up on his offer.
So
Yeah.
Joe Craven was on their podcast last week or week before.
Ah, yeah.
And
Big Leeds fan.
he's invited you down, hasn't he?
Yeah, to go and train down there a bit.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Joe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great lad.
But yeah, so we're filming Saturday, Sunday. So it's for a TV pilot called Dixie's. So it's based on in a nightclub in Doncaster. It's actually real events. What happened? Well, close to real events, you know. So the guy who is kind of producing it, Rob, it's based on his dad who ran this club and all these mad stories that happen and stuff. So we're kind of recreating that. So what's happening tomorrow is I'm playing this bare knuckle fighter, and so tomorrow Saturday.
Typeset cast.
Saturday we're doing like fight scene, so we need loads of extras, you know, just like around us, so we can make like a big circle of people and we're going to fight. And then Sunday is like more like acting and speaking roles and shit, so
Class.
should be good. And then they're going to send it to some I guess like Netflix and shit like that.
Yeah.
They want to either make it into a feature film or a series. That's what they're trying to. That's what they're like pitching. So yeah, they've like used a very very small budget. You know, small as possible, like 10 grand, which is like small for something like that. But it should look good. I've seen some of the guys who are like editing it and filming it and stuff, and some of the work they've done. It looks fucking sick. So I'm looking forward to it. Just something different.
What time is that? What time are you doing that then on Saturday?
So that's 9 till 4 Saturday and Sunday. And then they've got some other scenes they're going to do. They're actually going to do some at Diamond Live Lounge, which is Dom's club in Donny. So they're going to do some filming it. So they're actually going to use that as this club. So Dixie's actually was a real club that existed in Doncaster, but it's gone now. It were in the marketplace.
Yeah.
So they're going to use Dom's club as a kind of replacement. So yeah, should be good. Something a bit different. Something different. Yeah.
Good, isn't it? Yeah.
It's basically going to be like Snatch, but in Yorkshire.
That'd be class.
Yeah.
It's
cool, isn't it?
There's not enough done about Yorkshire, is there, to be fair?
No, so yeah, should be good. Looking forward to it anyway. If it becomes a series, it'd be sick because I'd just be living the dream.
That's it. You'd be a superstar then.
I know.
No more podcasting.
I know.
Yeah, well.
Sorry, mate.
It's been a good run.
Filming now.
What else on list?
No, that's pretty much it. Did you see the video of the old man fighting off the mugger?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the video, but I saw the article. Yeah,
Henry Gracie actually did a breakdown on it.
There were a picture of him just stood there with his hands up, so he just like squared up to the guy. Were he like a boxer when he were younger or something?
He don't go too much into it because there's just like a CCTV video.
It must have been because there's like a picture of like some mugger and this whole guy just stood there like this. So yeah.
He just like shrugs him off him, puts his hands up, and he's like, "Come on, then, let's go." Starts popping a jab at him and that.
Class. Like all of that.
So let me
Street
see.
justice.
Got it up.
Yeah, see if you can find it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
77-year-old man fights off attempted mugger at cash machine. Look at him there, just waddling over.
Oh, he's got one of them really shit cars as well. Look
It
at
looks
that.
limber, doesn't it?
with his Zimmer frame.
Look at that really shit car. What is it? Is it like a Daihatsu or something?
Yeah, I think it is, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
The Dacia Sandero.
I think it's actually a Chevrolet.
Waiting with bated breath.
Is this him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Comes over, barges. Give me your money, punk.
Bandana pulled over face.
Get off me, son. I'm gonna fuck you up.
FD Coiton.
That's it.
Oh,
Pow!
look at
Look at
that.
his hands up. He's in his stance.
Oh, good job.
He's definitely boxed. And look at his stance there.
Look at his footwork.
The kid's like, fuck, what?
Come on, why is that offering him on?
Why is the looking good at body? I can't work that hard. Yeah, fair play to him.
Guy's like, nah, I don't want to get my son beat up by a 70-odd, you know.
That's quality, yeah.
What a boy.
As soon as I'm like old, I'm just gonna get one of them walking sticks with a big fucking blade in it. If anyone fucking mugs me, I'll just chop the fucking arm off.
It's a good job we're like regulate ourselves, isn't it? Like, this is it. We'd never get picked up by anyone big. Imagine BT Sport. We're looking for a new MMA podcast. they're not going to be knocking on, let's be honest. They're not going to us.
It's a realistic view of MMA life. That's what this show gives
That's
you.
it. I'm a realist. This is what happens in my life.
Is that everything you've got on your list then, yeah?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Very good. Right.
Sweet.
Well, let's oh, wait.
Shit out of the week.
Hammering our jingles, aren't you?
That's that.
To be honest, mate, I very rarely press the right one anyway, so you're doing better than I am.
It's the Talking Shut International Call-Up section.
Ta-da! We can use that. It's quite grand. Can you tell people where they can find you on all social media platforms? You, your podcast, your team of people.
Yeah. So we're quite active on the old Twitter face. So at Talking Shut, I'm at Dinglebert Dev. Don't know where that name came from, but it just did. Other lads are on there at Ben Stead, at Binks Talking Shut, and at Raggy Rag, classic. And yeah, just at Talking Shut and everything really. iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, the works.
That's it. I mean, if you're in any way, shape or form a football fan or a Leeds United fan, check out their podcast. And they record every Tuesday night out of our studio right here. They're way more popular than we are, to be fair. So, yeah, Thanks for coming on, mate. It's
No
been
worries.
class.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Sweet.
Any final words, Mr. Mitchell?
Yeah, don't smoke crack and protect yourself at all times.
It's been a while since we've had a don't smoke crack.
Yeah.
Like it. Any final words from you?
No. It's pretty much it. We're all covered. I'm going to say stay away from drugs, but...
Stay away from drugs. Don't have loads of THC oil and watch Eddie Bravo's Tinfoil Hat podcast all night.
That
didn't happen last night.
Right, yeah. I'll sit there.
I'll sit there.